this is the part where I check that my stream is working. Hey Alex, can you say something?
Hi.
Hey Alex, can
Hello.
you say something?
Hi.
Okay, it's working. We're good. Whew,
Yay.
sweet. Yay! Oh, I have to... Let me tell our friends that I'm streaming.
I'm in bed with my 50 guys.
Heck
We're
yeah,
all
me
hanging
too.
out.
I am also hanging out with my little dudes. Alright, let's get
I've got Mob right here with me.
Mobu.
Mobbert.
Mobbert. Hello, welcome to the green room. That's where I am. Here's the little guy of the day. This is Preston.
Yeah.
He's a shork. And he's my little friend. So he'll just be hanging out. Alright, let's get gaming, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Trial time. June 21st, 9:48 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Wow.
What? Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean...
No, I heard it's his successor this time.
Successor?
I hardly know her.
Manfred Von Karma was a really sinister man.
That's a very apt description.
He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks all so he could win.
He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. Ah, flashback. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Oh, he's grayscale now. Who knows what sort of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now his successor. I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. Let's find out.
It's... no good.
That's probably me, isn't it? Mystic Maya!
Ooh, it is so slow for me.
I'm so sorry.
Charlie!
Wait, did she escape?
You showed up. Thanks for coming all this way.
If she escaped, how did she get here? Did she take a public bus? Like, she's never left her village. I was really worried about you.
Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together?
Mother's watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks.
Huh? You came all by. I'm guessing it's yourself. Okay, yeah.
Correct. Yup, I snuck out of the manor and followed a map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not. I ran. I can't. Oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train. Oh man.
Earl's just that talented.
I guess.
Early, what about the train?
Huh? What's a train? I give up. It's time, isn't it?
I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma.
Oh. Mr. Edgeworth? Who's that?
He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend.
A rival, you say? Objection! There he is!
I still remember him as though I'd seen. Oh, sorry, I thought that was Edward talking. I
It's
remember
okay.
him as though I'd only seen him yesterday.
Objection!
Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end.
Objection!
It's always back and forth with them, but when you're rivals for life...
Rivals? Maya? Please don't mention that name ever again!
Huh? But why, Nick?
I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone, and he's not coming back.
What?
Huh?
Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean?
Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom. ... Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway.
Nick?
Okay, we're just not gonna address that. Great. I'm now concerned. June 21st, 10 o'clock in the morning, District Court, courtroom number 2. It's her!
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I'm also the judge. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Again. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared?
Oh god, am I Franzi?
Yes. What is with this kid? Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm not doing an accent. I can't do it.
Mr. Phoenix Wright.
It's so good. You must be a little shocked because I'm a woman, correct?
Hold on. So she's the famed successor to Prosecutor Von Karma?
I am Franziska Von Karma, the prodigy.
I see.
I gave up a promising career in G.
In
Germany. And came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge.
She's armed.
Yeah. What?
Revenge?
Wouldn't be armed?
It's a courtroom. Is this about her father, Manfred von Karma? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can... Ow!
I'm talking. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me.
Please calm down. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg of you. Yo!
Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
We haven't done anything, and she has already blatantly attacked both of us.
Oh, of course. It's crazy.
Prosecutor von Karma, your opening statement, please.
Those of von Karma blood only have one fate. And that is perfection.
Sounds familiar.
The defendant, Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch.
Very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor, does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes.
Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams.
Uh-huh.
10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea.
Oh my god, it's just like her dad.
That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time.
I don't know what that means. Justified self-defense.
Doesn't seem like he does either.
Yeah. A plea usually reserved for when a
okay.
person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves.
Yes, he does.
We could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because to plead justified self-defense is to say, you did kill someone.
How foolish.
Did she just curtsy to me?
Yeah.
Slay.
If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh my god. Then I shall now call the first witness.
She's just as scary as her father. Like father, like daughter, I suppose.
I forgot how pretty her sprites were.
I know, her eyeliner is so good.
I know! Witness, your name and occupation? Yes, sir. My name is...
My name is...
Gumshoe, and I'm a detective with the local precinct. Isn't the point already? Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If everyone would please look at this map.
The map.
The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room.
What were they doing in there?
Well, they were channeling a spirit, sir.
Channeling a spirit? That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor.
Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room.
That's me. Ah, and that's when they found that the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over. Floor plans added to the court record. A diagram of the channeling chamber. So, how was the victim killed?
I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time, then.
Witness testimony, cause of death.
The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from the point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest.
Bummer.
The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing.
So the victim was stabbed before being shot.
This is the victim's autopsy report, sir.
Autopsy report added to the court record. After being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead at point blank range. The court accepts it into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Yay! Questioning Detective Dick Gumshoe again! Let's cross-examine this man. Oh, it's so weird to have new music.
Oh, you don't have it right.
It's... I'm so used to the first game's soundtrack that now I'm like, this isn't correct.
Oh, yeah.
The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it?
It was the victim's.
When do you have that? The victim? Now why would he have...
Why would he have a pistol? Who cares?
Me.
The point that you are missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start.
Fingerprints? There were fingerprints.
Along with the victims. The defendant, Maya Faze, were also on the grip, sir.
But were they on the trigger?
So true.
So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. Yeah, I walked right into her hands there. Point blank range. Wait. Point blank, huh? So about how far away is that?
It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away.
And how do you know who is shot at point blank?
This Mr. Phoenix, right?
Waggles my finger at you.
I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country.
Dang. Somebody's got a word of the day. Excuse me?
It's like a word of her life.
Word of the life.
Burn.
gunpowder burn?
When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Gunpowder exploding is what makes the bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal.
Good to know.
And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead.
Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. He was stabbed in the chest. What do you mean by that? Stabbed? And what was he stabbed with?
A fruit knife.
Uh-huh. I see.
It's funny to me.
And whose knife was it?
The fruit. It looks like it belongs to the phase, sir.
Yeah, that checks out.
And of course, my phase fingerprints are all over it.
All over it, huh? This does not look good.
Gumshoe, you can just lie a little.
Come on, man.
What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Ask more questions, I guess. How severe was the wound? That's the question you're asking?
If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand.
This testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot?
Yep. Sure can be. One look at the wounds and you'd come to that same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools.
Good God.
So shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter then which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Grr. What a pain. That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered.
I brought the 2 murder weapons with me today.
Very well. The court accepts them into evidence. Pistol added to the court record. Was Gray's 2 shots fired, bears Maya's and Gray's fingerprints.
2 shots?
2 shots. Knife added to the court record. Murder weapon. A small fruit knife. Belongs to the face and bears Maya's fingerprints. The knife's a little fruity.
The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m.
I see.
Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time. Okay, yeah, duh.
Yes. And 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them, huh? This does seem like an open and shut case.
Naturally.
This is going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme.
Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there is no room left for doubt, is there?
That is quite true, Mr. Wright. Yes? Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose.
See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, you were correct.
You would change your plea in less than 10 minutes.
What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance. This is a huge decision. I'd better think this through all the way. Why do they make me pick? Why do they make me choose? I know I'm Phoenix Wright, but come on.
Make your own decision for once, man.
Yeah, come on. Don't make me do it. Something suspicious is going on.
Yeah?
Yeah. 'Cause things are never as simple as they seem to be in this game.
Yep. Yeah, I would go for not guilty, still.
Yeah. And Mia said to always trust my clients. Well, in this case, I'm trusting myself, because Maya straight up said, yeah, I'm guilty.
Yeah.
I'm trusting the me. If we plead justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing to murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined, and she'd be labeled a murderer.
I mean, Phoenix, that's just manslaughter.
Yeah. I can't let that happen. She'd only be a manslaughterer. Your Honor.
He really has a black and white view of murder.
Of murder. Have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright? The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. Ow.
You.
Me?
You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective? Yes, sir? Present the final portion of your testimony. The final strike.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize we were able to withhold testimony until a later time.
Yes, sir.
Now, see here. Proceedings are run by... Eek! Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony. Coward.
I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence.
Uh-huh. Witness testimony, incriminating evidence.
Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood.
And there's a hole in it.
The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back.
I don't know about that. So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of a back spray of blood on this.
This piece directly links Maya Fey to the crime, sir.
I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Maya's costume added to the court record. There are blood splatters on it, and there's a hole in the sleeve. I noticed. All right, Mr. Wright. Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons. And blood splattered on her clothes. Blood splatters, sorry. Could the situation get any worse? Don't ask that.
What's wrong? Seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing. I don't like remembering my full name. Cross-examination. Incriminating evidence. I will press this anyways.
Is there?
Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier?
You're kind of scary today, you know, pal.
I'm scary. Come now, Mr. Wright. There is no need for that kind of attitude in my court. All right, just please stop glaring at me like that.
Wow, I didn't know Phoenix could be intimidating.
Didn't know you had it in you, buddy. Maya's costume?
Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her.
You mean her clothes? Maya, she's wearing her channeling costume today, too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else? Is it? What if it's ketchup? This blood on the costume.
The results show that it's the victim's blood.
Like that wasn't presumed? So there is blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. So, were there any other clues you could glean, with an N, but close enough, from this piece of evidence?
Well...
There's a hole in it.
If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time. Let's move on.
Ah, yes, Miss Von Karma is perfectly correct. Grr, now even the judge is on her side. But if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? I know that there's something about the costume. I will press further. And accept the consequences. Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up a resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. Do you see it? There it is. There must be something about this costume. I just have to look harder. Mr. Wright. Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect. There is no way for you to poke a hole in it. Haha. Ugh. Looks like my time is up. So, about the costume. There is something wrong. There's a little something. Your Honor. Actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence. What?
What are you talking about, pal?
Where is this problem you are talking about? I've come this far. There's no turning back now. They're gonna make me point it out. The problem I have with this piece of evidence is here. It's this little hole. Maybe it's a burn hole. Oh, shoot. I have to hit E. I hit enter. Take that! I ask the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. The sleeve? There is a tiny hole here.
A hole? That wasn't in the report. Gumshoe, do you have working eyes?
No. Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder?
I like to think he's just up on the judge stand.
Yeah.
Sniffing.
Evidence.
Gunpowder? No one ever told me.
A hole that smells of gunpowder. It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. I don't know about that phrasing, my man. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet hole.
Out of context, Ace Attorney.
For real.
Like,
Order.
Looks like I found the hole I was looking for.
Phoenix, stop looking. Order, order, order. This is a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else. Stenographer. Clothes Maya was wearing at the time of the murder. Press the check button for details.
Sorry about that. I guess I messed up, sir.
Maybe a little. Is she actually smiling?
She's
What else is she hiding?
Hold yourself together, detective. A tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke. Nothing more.
Objection! No! How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight. While I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police, what Prosecutor Von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then... No way! Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony.
Yes, sir.
Woof. He wasn't fighting back? How do you know if he was or wasn't?
We could find no evidence the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal.
I mean, he tried to shoot Maya, maybe. So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder changed drastically. Ugh, we're in real trouble now. If only I had something to prove that the victim did fight back. If only, right? That Von Karma, she thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. Well, I'll find a critical contradiction somehow, and then I'll have her. Okay, and we're back to the beginning. So I'm thinking that the jacket, or shawl, the shawl with sleeves, Maya's clothing, is proof that they were in an altercation.
Yes.
That is my thought. However, I do want to see. Oh, I thought it might let me spin it around like in Rise from the Ashes. That was my favorite part. Objection! Detective Dick Gumshoe!
Yes.
Government names today.
Having you call me my full name is kind of a weird feeling.
Oh? Sorry, we'll talk about this later. You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back, end quote.
Gumshoe the rebound.
No! He deserves better.
He does deserve better. Yeah, I did.
Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean?
What does it mean?
I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back?
You're right.
It seems you are correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. All right, the wind seems to be shifting.
Huh?
What is with that "are you finished yet" laugh?
Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Miss Von Karma?
Seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea.
Whoops. That is correct.
I'm sure you remember Mr. Honor. Mr. Honor.
Mr. Honor? Your aunt, Mr. Honor is short for Your Honor. That's his first name.
They rejected the justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty.
Ooh, Phoenix Wright he they moments.
Oh my god. Diversity win.
Diversity win. Why, that's right. Ow.
Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all.
No! Well, yes, that's true.
Furthermore, what's the fact there is a bullet hole in that costume? Not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense.
Huh? How so?
Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired added in, of course.
Oh.
You mean by myself?
He's scared.
You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? Duh. Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Witness testimony. What transpired?
During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest.
But why would she do that? Why would she has no motive?
Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening and took the victim's gun and ended it.
The scenario you have put together does make sense.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Wright? On the surface, it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily. But please please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please.
Please refrain.
Please refrain from glaring at me like that. What transpired? Dangerously close to uwu German girl very suddenly.
That was perfect.
Thank you. There's quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Add in body strength, and it seems unlikely that the defendant could have stabbed the victim.
Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess. You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning? Mr. Phoenix Wright. Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When the channeling with the crying channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor.
I don't believe it. She even studied up on the crying channeling technique.
Like I said before, I am perfect.
Jesus. About what you were talking about. I didn't quite get it. Who's gonna explain to him that possession is real? Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony.
Read it yourself, Judge.
Come on. So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him.
But if you think about the blood loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad.
How badly hurt would you say he was?
Actually, I went to give blood the other day. And afterward, I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness.
That's pretty dizzy.
Heck. Sorry.
Poor Gummy. He's doing his best. Where in the world did that pistol come from?
Looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that day.
That's weird. That's suspicious. But a handgun?
He got it off the black market about 2 days before.
Oh yeah, like normal people. Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something? Like, being murdered? Because they were too close, he missed. That's not an answer. So, you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then?
Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when the shot was fired.
Maya, I'm really glad you weren't hurt. Maya has never fired a gun before in her life.
The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire it just by pulling the trigger.
Even me? I wonder. What are you wondering?
How do you understand?
No.
Von Karma's logic is perfect.
His testimony certainly makes us look very bad. But there's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it. Okay. I feel like I've been given a lot of information and I don't know what to make of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any ideas?
So, I mean, how would he have missed if they were close?
Yeah, that seems like a weird detail.
And they would be at point blank, right?
Exactly, like it said. Point blank range.
Do you remember the folding screen?
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Beep beep beep. My bestie, the folding screen. So would I present the autopsy report, do you think?
I feel like it would be the shirt, the dress thing.
The dress thing?
Yeah. Costume.
Why though?
Because the holes.
Yeah, no, it proves that he... I mean, he didn't hit her, but it doesn't prove that they were close together, right?
It proves that the gun was far away.
Okay, I'll trust you. You know what you're talking about. Objection! Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. Alright, don't get too confident.
What do you mean?
This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where's the gunpowder burn on this costume? Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Gunpowder burn?
Now you sound like me. This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. But there's not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. Is it being slow?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm also tired.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix, right? You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away.
Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking.
Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then when they were separated. How was that?
No. As if that was even possible. According to testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that.
Well, then. That's right, the defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took a shot. There, that should satisfy even you.
That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. Okay. I feel so dumb. Evidence, help me. Yeah, no, that doesn't really help, does it? No, I don't even remember what she said.
Maya pushed the guy away, and then he tried to shoot her. There. But that doesn't explain the screen.
Yeah, I mean, he missed. I figured it just went through her sleeve and then through the screen. I don't know.
Yeah, something doesn't seem right.
Okay. There is a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Flaw? Yeah, ouch.
Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation.
There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. So we're saying the screen is that line of evidence? It's that piece of evidence. Alright. Take this. This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic. What is that, a folding screen? I would like to point the court's attention to the, quote, hole, end quote, in this folding screen. Yes, I have eyes. Sorry. It looks like you already know what I'm talking about.
Who? Where? What?
Not you, Detective Gumshoe. Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means when the shot was fired, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. Dang, I was not good enough at the Pythagorean theorem to figure that one out. Order, order. This changes everything. Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot. And the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. And I have to show where it is. Okay, great. Was she, like, hiding? Over here?
I guess, yeah.
I guess so. Take that! She was standing here, near the folding screen.
Wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet. But how can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim?
That's impossible!
But why?
Oh. You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume.
Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You...
Huh. I believe it is now... He's not Phoenix, right? I believe it has now been proven that... the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? I mean, she couldn't have grabbed the gun if she was that far away from him. So, yes. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at that time? At the time?
Squatting all the way by the folding screen?
Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? Now that's a Miles Edgeworth noise. Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense.
I mean, they are siblings.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason.
Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be at the blast radius of disaster.
You're such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Thanks.
To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case at this point. Now, I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me.
Not Papa.
Papa?
Of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile?
Detective. How dare you damage my perfect logic? How is it all my fault? You can start by repairing your standing by first removing that 3-strand goatee.
How rude. It's not his fault he can't grow facial hair.
Oh, and rest assured, your punishment will come later. Get this man some tea.
Please.
Punishment? Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face.
Hey.
I think it's time to call in the next witness.
Be nice to my man. Next witness? That's gotta be Lotta. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. Beep. To be continued. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, I'm still not used to the new sounds. Part 2. Trial. Well, that's exciting. Does that mean I've spent nearly 24 hours playing this game?
Oh my god.
You know, to be honest, I thought it would be more.
Oh yeah, thinking of Rise of the Ashes should be over a day.
Yeah.
Or feels like it.
Sure does. Alright, well, next time we'll resume this, and I will continue to not know what I'm doing, and it will be great. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.